All right, guys, great job on your homework. Thank you for always doing your homework, bringing it in, being on time, excellent responses, great feedback.
Wonderful.
Okay, so now we're going to go into this week's activity, reviewing the social skill of knowing your feelings. So today we will learn an important social skill. This skill, knowing your feelings. Our feelings are connected to thinking and actions. Stopping to know your feelings is an important step to having control over what we do. Make sense? Okay. So, what does knowing your feelings mean to you?
At the same time, guys.
Like, it's like understanding like what I'm feeling, like understanding like oh, it's like when you like feel like it's like when you're sad, you don't know why you're sad.
Okay. Yeah, knowing.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Andre?
It's like being able to describe things to people, like describe how you're feeling to other people.
Okay. Yeah, and if you don't know it, you can't describe it. So I love his example.
Yes.
So these are great answers. So in thinking for a change, we define this skill as knowing your feelings. Knowing your feelings mean the steps. Okay. So knowing your feelings means the steps we use to tune into what is going on inside of us that makes us think and act a certain way. So I'll repeat that again. Knowing your feelings means the steps we use to tune into what is going on inside of us that makes us think or act a certain way. So we will have an opportunity to talk about knowing your feelings, what knowing your feelings means a little bit. But right now, we're going to receive the steps of the skills. Then Mr. Brown is going to demonstrate the steps of the skills exactly as we want you to follow them. So after you have had a chance to watch us model the skill, we'll take time to talk about when you may want to use the skill in the near future, at home, school, part-time job, etc. Then you'll have the chance to carry it out in real life and come back and give us the feedback like you do with your homework. So, remember what you have talked about, how every skill is made up of a number of steps, right? Each week we have steps. So each of these steps is either a thinking or an action step. So what is a thinking step? He was first.
Something we say to ourselves can't be seen or heard by others.
Okay. What were you gonna say? Same thing?
Same thing. Very similar.
Yeah. It's like when you talk to yourself before you make a decision.
Okay. Excellent. So what do we do in thinking for a change, and maybe outside, hopefully you might be doing it too, when you're doing a thinking step? How do I know you're thinking? Right, you put your finger to your head, so I know you're thinking. Yeah, and if you're cool, you go like this. Right. So the second step of an action step, the second step is an action step. How do we know an action step when we see it?
You do it.
You do it, right. So like you just turned that page, action step, right? You can see him physically turning that page. Awesome.
Okay, guys, so let's go to the board. We're going to talk about knowing your feelings. Step one, tune in to what is going on in your body that helps you know what you're feeling. Is that an action step or a thinking step? A thinking step. And so every time we do this, this says that we are doing what? We're thinking. Let's go to step two. Decide what happened to make you feel that way. Is that an action step or is that a thinking step?
Thinking.
That's also a thinking step. Great job. Number three, let's go to step three. Decide what you could call the feeling. Action step or a thinking step?
Thinking.
thinking step, because anytime you decide, you have to think before you make that decision. Is that's good?
Yeah.
All right, so listen, this is what we're going to do. I have some cards here, and it's going to list the steps of the skill. You can use it later to help when practicing the skill, both during lesson and real life situations. I'd like to take a moment to mark each card. Mark the step on there, whether it's A for action or TH for thinking. You can also take this with you on the remainder of the lesson. You can take it home with you. You can practice it during skill. Most of all, life situations will allow you to have this with you at all times. And